Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Geaux Stros, starting a little late. I'm actually coming at you from a net cafe. Let me check my live stream here. Yandy Diaz was at a 1-1 count. Now, he just had a single off Colton Gordon, so we have a leadoff base runner for the Rays against the Astros. I'm going to be talking a little muted this morning. I'm supposed to try to not disturb others. Swing and a miss. Or, no, that's some other highlight I was looking at. It's actually ball one against Caballero. Here comes the next pitch from Gordon. Ball two. 2 balls and no strikes to Gordon. Two balls and no strikes. Runner on first base. Here's the pitch. Low in the zone for strike one. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. On that outside edge, strike 2. 2 balls and then 2 good pitches by Gordon. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let me see if I can get the microphone turned up a little bit here. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss on the inside. He gets the strikeout. Yeah, I can actually turn the decibels up on my microphone here. It's going to increase the noise a little bit, but I don't want to speak too loudly. Maybe about right there. Okay, right there, I'll give that a try. Comes the next pitch from Gordon. Swing and a miss again. This one is Christopher Morel. 1 out. 1 strike, no balls. This one's hit down the right side for strike 2. Not sure why my scoreboard is not updating. I might have to load a separate scoreboard in just a minute. Here comes the next pitch. Hit hard down the left side. That ball is foul. Count remains 0-2. Yeah, I notice that my scoreboard is not updating. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 pitch from Colton Gordon will be on the way in just a moment. Here it comes. Hit high in the air. It looks like it should be playable. Smith comes over and gets underneath it, puts it away. Out number 2. You know, it's a shame that I can't use this scoreboard. I much prefer the color scheme. It matches better. But it's not updating on the screen. Junior Cabanero is at the plate. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. Next delivery from Gordon is his 16th pitch of the inning. A little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Everything Being kind of weird today. All of the technical stuff going on, not just with me, but even with the game itself. Even the Astros commentators said that they're having technical issues. That ball's fouled away for strike 2. Even my thumbnail is wrong. I already changed my thumbnail. Astros versus Rays. Oh, I see. It's because the file's too big. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the first inning. He gave up 1 hit, but man, 2 strikeouts and no harm done. A really good first inning for Colton Gordon. That's excellent. Okay, guys, we go into the bottom of the first. Astros with an opportunity here to get some runs on the board. Actually, the Astros are batting as the home team, even though they're at George Steinbrenner Field. And I'm going to change my scoreboard because this scoreboard is incorrect. And I also need to change my thumbnail image for the game. Give me a moment. I've got a few things to adjust here. Should be able to change this thumbnail now. Is it still too big? No way. No way that's still too big. Let me go to... I have to resize my thumbnail. The thumbnail's not updated because it keeps saying it's too big. That's just stupid. YouTube blocking my thumbnail because it's not meeting their size requirements. There we go. Now I want to download this as JPEG. That should be small enough for YouTube so it'll stop complaining about the thumbnail. Astros versus Rays. Okay, let's try again. One of those things about YouTube that annoys me is when you're trying to upload the thumbnails. It gives you a very tiny message that says that your image is too big, the file size is too big. But it doesn't actually come up very big, so it's easy to miss. And then before you know it, you've got the wrong image on the screen. Daniel, happy Monday to you, and from Japan, happy Tuesday. Okay, got that all worked out now. I just need to fix my scoreboard. Christian Walker at the plate for the Astros. Nothing happened in the first inning. I missed that, trying to get set up. Here's the next pitch. Broken bat up the middle. Could be a little hard for the shortstop, but he gets him one away here in the second. now let's get back to my screen here. Yainer Diaz comes to the plate with 1 out. That would be strike 1. Right in there. Yainer Diaz hits this one sky high over to first base. Second baseman comes in and grabs it. Gonna be 2 away. Okay, now I think I can update my scoreboard link. And we should be good to go, guys. Well, we are good to go, but I gotta do a resizing here. There we are. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. Victor Caratini is at the plate. He hits one deep. Look at that. Just like that, while I'm trying to get my scoreboard adjusted, Caratini goes deep for a home run. Solo shot. Caratini to right center field. The Astros now up 1-0. How do you like that? Let's take another quick look at this if we can. There we go. Just like that in the second inning. Bottom of the second. Caratini goes deep. 1-0 Stros. Jake Myers is at the plate now. Takes that first pitch for strike 1. 2 outs. That ball's off the plate. A little check swing. I say he did not go. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch for Myers on the way. Swing and a miss. That was right in there. Good pitch. Myers just couldn't get around on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's the Batman. Good start for Caratini today. There's the next pitch. Ooh, just missed low. 2 balls and 2 strikes against Jake Myers. Here's the next pitch. Ooh, Pepio just barely misses inside with that one. Now we're at a full count. It says Rangers on the screen. That's a full count walk. Jake Myers doesn't realize that that's a walk. He's just standing around waiting for another pitch. That's funny. So we have ourselves a 2-out base runner. I think I got my scoreboard fixed now. Cam Smith at the plate now. First pitch to him a little outside, 0-1, or 1-0 rather. Myers has to run back to first right quick, dive back into first. Pitcher tries to pick him off. 1-0 to Cam Smith. Here's the delivery. Myers is trying to steal here, and he's got it. Good steal there by Jake Myers. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Cam Smith. A great jump by Myers. That tag got on his foot, but he barely got in there. Cam Smith rockets it down the line. Cam Smith will score Myers. That's a double for Cam Smith. 2-0 Astros here in the second. Ripped down the third base line. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. All the way out to the wall in left field. mph. Jazz McCormick is at the plate now. First pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the next delivery. Little outside. Ball 1. Counts even. 2-0 Astros. In the second inning. That's nice to have a 2-run lead in the second inning. Once again, with 2 outs, Astros putting those 2 out runs on the board. Take another look at this. Chaz McCormick coming up big. The bottom of the Astros batting order now suddenly getting it done. Heck yes, this is turning into a pretty nice game. 3-0 in the second inning with all with 2 outs. Jeremy Pena, the top of the batting order coming up. All that happening without a single top of the batting order guy. Here's the first pitch to Pena, low and outside for ball 1. The 1-0. They're talking about Chaz potentially trying to steal. He might. You never know. Here comes the second pitch to Pena. No, he does go. And he gets into the rundown, and he gets tossed out for out number 3. He got a little too greedy, but the Astros do get 3 runs on the board. Excellent. Good second inning, really good, excellent second inning. 4 hits for the Astros, 3 runs. They're now up 3-0 over the Rays going into the top of the third. Or I should say the bottom of the third. I need to make a couple of corrections on my scoreboard, guys. Everything's kind of messed up. I apologize for the errors for that. BitDog says you were missed yesterday. Thank you so much, BitDog. I really wanted to be here, but yesterday was like the absolute last final day for me to have everything wrapped up with my house, to get moved out and moved to my new house, my new old house. The house I moved to is 200 years old. It has literally no bathroom, no kitchen. The original kitchen was on the dirt floor, not really attached to the house itself. And so even though I got all of my stuff moved there officially yesterday, there was no way for me to have enough time to get the bedroom cleaned up and get situated and comfortable and then set up my live streaming and everything. So I decided to come to a net cafe, which is why I'm talking like I am now. I have a semi-private room, but it has an opening an open roof, so I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. Thank you for being here. Jordan says, I just got in. Turn on. Are we winning? Yes, 3-0, Jordan. We just had a great second inning. Astros Houston says, let's go. Absolutely, let's go, Sabesa City. Colton Gordon is back on the mound. Here comes the pitch. That is a strike. He is facing Brandon Lowe. Hey, Brandon, that's my name. Next pitch is on the way. Little low. Is that 1-1? I think that's 1-1. I think that was a 1-1 pitch. Ooh, right in there. 97 miles an hour. That was a good looking pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I need to switch the information on the screen right quick. The Astros are actually not the home team. Count is 1-2. Ball on the outside. 2-2. This one's hit over to the right side. It's going to be snatched up and taken by Walker. Out number 1. Man, why why can't I get this scoreboard to change? Okay. Man race. This is a line drive to left field, straight out there into the glove of Chas McCormick. That's out number 2. This scoreboard is not working for me, so I'm going to have to create a new scoreboard. But that's 2 outs, guys. Let me drop these scoreboards. Drop. Okay. New scoreboard. Home. Rays. Away. Astros. No. Astros are the away team. First pitch to Curtis Mead is a strike. Big pop up in the air. Pena and Paredes are over, but JP gets it. That'll be out number 3. 3 up and 3 down for Colton Gordon. Still trying to get my scoreboard worked out, guys. I seem to be having some issues with it. But I'll keep working on it. We're going to the top of the 3rd. That's what it should be. Okay. Now I'm going to see if I can... Oh, I think I know what to do. I think I solved the issue here. I think I solved my scoreboard issue here. I'm going to screen capture instead. scoreboard capture. Select area. There we go. How about that? Got it. Okay, I think I got it. How about that? Altuve? Is that Altuve? That's it? Yeah, Altuve's at the plate, and before I even have a chance to get my scoreboard worked out, Altuve's at the plate getting hits. Very first pitch, he singles it out into left field. The Astros have a leadoff base runner. Okay, I got my scoreboard up. Okay, that brings up Isaac Paredes. First pitch is a ball to Paredes. Next pitch is on the way. That is in there for strike one. Next pitch is on the way. 2 balls and 1 strike. Altuve on first base. Next pitch is hit into center field for another single. How about that? Right up the middle there. Right center field single. Nice solid strike by Paredes. Two runners on, no outs. By the way, Pena, that was Pena who got the hit. Altuve's now at the plate right now. My scoreboard is not showing again for some reason. Oh, I see. I get it. I need to make a slight modification here. Pardon me for a moment, guys, while I get this scoreboard fixed. Altuve hits that one foul down the third base line. Okay. Got my scoreboard fixed now, I think. Next pitch is on the way. Altuve strikes out. I apologize for not getting this call going very quickly. But the reason is because I'm just having so many wacky, silly technical issues. But I think I got it going now. This is what happens when you move, guys, and you don't have your setup ready to go. But it's very important for me to get this live stream going and cover the game. Christian Walker's at the plate with 1 out, 2 runners on. Next pitch from Pepio is on the way. It's hit way out to center field. It should be a tag up. Pena should easily be able to get to third, and he does. So 2 away. Runners on the corners. It's kind of funny because I couldn't get the Couldn't originally get the right scoreboard that I wanted to work, and then my old scoreboard stopped working, and the one that I wanted started working. So, well, there you go. That brings up Yainer Diaz. He hits it right down the line, just foul. That could have been a nice RBI for Diaz right there. Yainer Diaz, 0-1 is the count. Way outside. Here comes the next pitch. Fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yainer Diaz. Next pitch looks like a stolen base. They say he's safe. Looks like Pena scored. Paredes was stealing there. The pitch was high to Diaz for ball 2, but it looks like they're not going to review it. Wait, the Astros aren't going to challenge that? Well, apparently the Astros don't think that it's worth reviewing. He was called out. Man, I'm confused on that play. Paredes swears he was safe, but the Astros do not challenge, and so that's going to end the inning with that steal. That's something you don't see very often. Isaac Paredes trying to steal. Astros being pretty aggressive this game. I wish they always played like this. Can you imagine if the Astros played aggressive offense for 9 innings? And 10 innings or more if necessary. Okay, right now it appears that I have all these technical issues worked out so that the scoreboard is working right, my preview screen is working right, everything is going. So let me go check the live chat, guys, because I've been neglecting all of you, and I'm sorry for that. I'm running everything off of my laptop and the NetCafe monitor. It's not a bad setup, but if you could see, maybe later I will post an image on my channel on the community post so you guys can see what my setup looked like for today. But let's get to the live chat. Jordan says, "Is your girlfriend sleeping?" Well, Jordan, that's a good question. It's funny that you remember that. Actually, the girl you're referring to, I wouldn't even call her my girlfriend. I don't know what to call her. I love her very much, and we got to be very close. And essentially, everything about our relationship said that we were not only together, but very, very exclusive. But it's a little complicated to explain. Colton Gordon is on the mound right now, facing Taylor Walls at first pitch. He is outside for a ball, but that second pitch is in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. Here comes the pitch. That's hit right at Jeremy Pena, who fires over to first. Good, solid play by Pena. 1 out. Just like that. But anyway, Jordan, as far as my relationship is concerned, there's no telling where it stands, but I am very serious about her, but she's going to have to be more serious about me. Here comes the next pitch. That's a strike. Another one right in the zone. versus Cameron Milner. No, Meisner, I'm sorry. Next pitch to Meisner. Another one in the bottom of the zone. Gordon tossing strikes right now. 33 pitches for him in the bottom of the third. Fouled off by Meisner. Count remains 0-2. One away here in the bottom of the third. Astros up 3-0. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. A little more of a check swing strikeout. Excellent. 2 up and 2 down now for Alright, next pitch. Wow, look at that, another strike. Lower outside corner on a breaking pitch. 0-1. Here comes the next pitch. Another strike on the inside. Holy cow. Look at that. Yandy Diaz down 0-2 already. Colton Gordon looking really serious right now. Just all business. Here comes the pitch. A little low for ball 1. And he was looking for that swing and strike, but it's 1-2. 2 outs. Okay. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's fouled back. Yandy stays alive. Geaux Stros, glad we're back. Hey Caesar, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming back. Glenn says, I'm back. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. Here comes the next pitch. Low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Head high in the air is going to be playable. Over the right side and into the stands. Count remains 2-2. It's interesting that they were talking about how they just got all their technical issues worked out, because it seems the same for me. I've been having technical issues since the start of the game, and I finally got these things sorted out. I might even be able to go grab myself some more coffee in just a second. That'd be really nice. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. No runners on. Here's the pitch from Gordon. Yandy grounds that to Pena. He snatches it, fires it to first. 3 up and 3 outs. 3 up and 3 outs. How do you like that? Colton Gordon pitching like a pro right now. Wow, 2 innings in a row of 3 up and 3 down ball. That's great. Top of the 4th coming up, guys. Astros will be back up in just a moment to face Pepio. And I want to get to your comments here real quick. Glenn says, I joined this when the scoreboard was still malfunctioning. When I saw it, I was afraid we were losing 3-0. Yes, Glenn, I'm sorry about that. I was having all sorts of crazy problems with my scoreboard, but the irony or the funny thing is, I guess the coincidence is, so that was the Astros broadcast. They were having a lot of broadcast issues too. The dog says, of course, 2 outs first, right? Sorry, I'm confused. Thumbs up, guys. Yep, thank you. Thumbs up on the live stream if you can. Astros should be on top since we're away, says Bid Dog. Yep, absolutely. Glenn says, you have the score being 0-0 now. Yeah, I think right now it should be fixed, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that right now it's 3-0 Astros, right? But still, the Astros are listed for some reason as the home team. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. I can't tell you why the Astros are listed as the home team. I don't know. I got tired of messing with it. The Astros are not the home team. Yes, yeah, I know you're confused on the scoreboard, Bid Dog. I apologize for that. I do need to grab another drink, but I'm going to wait, because if I go right now, I'll miss the next pitch. Yainer Diaz is due up, and he is at the plate right now. First pitch from Pepio. It's in there for strike one. 0-1. What do I have to do to get this scoreboard right? I'm just tired of messing with it. I got everything else right except for that one thing. Ooh, low and inside. Yainer taking 2 strikes in a row. Doesn't take a timeout. He decides to go right back in there. High and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the next pitch. 1-2 is way outside, and that evens the count. I need a button, just one button, that turns my preview on and off instead of me having to press several buttons. I have to press 4 times. Diaz hits that one way in the air. Looks like it's going to float out of play, thankfully. Two balls and 2 strikes with no runners on. And the top of the 4th, ignore the placement of the Astros and the Rays on your screen. I might try to fix that later. We'll see. Hit really hard to right field. Is it gonna? No, it's gonna stay up. It's not gonna get down. That's a fly out for Yainer. And he heads back to the dugout. 1 away. That's really funny. Paredes has, in over or almost 600 games, Paredes has only gotten 2 steals. Victor Caratini's at the plate, and he fouls the first plate off. He fouls the first one off at the plate. He had a solo home run his last at bat. His 3rd. One away. That next pitch is a little outside for ball 1. I think the outs are not updating either, because right now I've got 1 out on the screen, but it's not showing 1 out, it's showing 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike to Caratini. It doesn't even have the right pitch count. Next pitch is high. 2 balls and 1 strike to Caratini. Victor Caratini, the Batman. 2-1 pitch. On the way. Too far inside there. 3 balls and 1 strike. Maybe they're not wanting to pitch to Caratini since he put one over the right center field wall earlier. Here comes the 3-1 from Pepio. Hit hard to the second baseman, and he grabs it and fires over to get the out. 2 away. You know, the good thing, guys, is once I get my computer set up out at the house, no more worrying about disturbing the neighbors at all, because my house is in the countryside. So I can be almost as loud as I want. As far as the live streams, I can be as loud as I want. Jake Myers is at the plate, takes that first pitch inside and high for strike 1. That was in the upper inner corner of the zone. Well placed. Here's the next pitch from Pepio. That one was close to the same spot, but he just missed a little too high and inside, and that evens the count 1-1. Well, at least the outs on the screen are correct now. That's funny. Here's the next pitch to Myers. Myers gets a base hit into right field. Opposite field smack. That means the Astros are going to score more runs, right? 2 outs, runners on. Mr. Baseball getting her done, getting her did. Cam Smith had a double his last at bat. Jake is back on that throw over from the patcher. The patcher. Reboot will still be here. Thanks, Bit Dog. I appreciate that. Whoops. Wow, that's hit way up and out of play by Cam Smith. That was a tower. That might have gone out of the stadium. Look at this. Everybody's watching it. They're like, holy cow, that ball was launched 420 feet, foul ball. Just a little high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Man, Cam Smith really unloaded on that foul ball. Can you believe that? 420 feet. That's nuts. Here's the next pitch. Jake Myers is going to second, but this one is off the bat of Cam Smith, looks like. Jake's going to have to go back. I wonder if I just refresh. Hey, it's right now. How about that? There we go. Maybe that'll work. That ball's down. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 pitch to Cam Smith on the way. Is that a miss? A swing and a miss? Fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the 2 outs. Jake Myers on first base. Myers is back on that toss over. Pipio trying to keep Myers from advancing. Next pitch to Cam Smith will come up in just a moment. Cam Smith decides to take a timeout, take a stroll around the plate. Next pitch is on the way. Jake Myers is stealing again. This one is put way up in the air again, but this time the second baseman. And that'll be out number 3, so nothing doing for the Astros, but the good news is it seems that I got my issue sorted out with the scoreboard. It seems that way. It seems that way. Okay, as far as the display, the scoreboard display, it seems correct now. But if you notice, the Astros are in the home position, but they're actually the visiting team. So, let's see if I can fix that. Wish me luck. First of all, I'm going to change the Astros name to Houston. Okay? Let's see if that works. Okay, that works. Okay, now I'm going to change the Rays name to Astros. Okay, that works. Now I'm going to change the first name to the Rays. That works. Is that correct? I can't believe it. I got it to work, guys. I'm so happy. I know it seems silly, but the software that I'm using right now, I'm using several softwares at the same time. I have to use, of course, I have 2 different YouTube channel windows open. One is so I can see the live chat and respond to that. I do have the live chat on my screen in my live feed, but it's way too small to read, so I have to use the YouTube window for that. And I also have the live stream YouTube channel, so there are two different ones for that. And then there's the ESPN game tracker, because I need some information from there sometimes. And then there's the MLB live stream of the game, which of course I have to watch to see what's going on and do the live play-by-play. Colton Gordon is back on the mound. First pitch in the top of the zone for a strike. He's facing Jose Caballero. Here's the next pitch. That's fouled off for strike 2. Colton Gordon with another 0-2 count, just like that. But then I have my scoreboard screen where I input all of the data. But there's a second scoreboard screen that shows the actual scoreboard, which updates whenever I input the data. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Just misses low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike against Caballero. Here's the next pitch. Way too far inside. The Swiffer missing. If you're wondering what a Swiffer is, that would be a sweeper. That's my version of the sweeper. Here comes the next pitch. 2-2 count. Right in there. Strike 3 on that outside edge. Beautiful pitch by Colton Gordon. That was another Swiffer. Right on that outside edge, guys. Good pitch. Today's painter. That's a Gordon original. Christopher Morel hits this one up in the air to center field on the 0-1 count. Flies out for out number 2. Myers puts it away. Two away. Just like that, Morel goes down. Junior Caminero comes up to bat with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 4th, here comes the pitch. Grounded foul for 0-1. Man, Gordon has got a ton of strikes today. He's living the dream this game so far. 3-0 Astros. We're getting really close to going into the top of the 5th with this lead. A little low and inside. One ball, 1 strike. I haven't really had a chance to try to plug myself or ask for subs, but it feels like it's weird to ask for likes and subs whenever I don't have things going right on the screen. That ball's fouled off for strike 2. The count's 1-2. 1 strike away from having another 3-up and 3-down inning. Gordon looking like a pro right now. 52 pitches. Here comes the 53rd to Caminero. Is that in play? No, that is fouled off down the right field line. Count remains 1-2. I do have 9 likes on the stream, but 18 people watching, so I'll remind you now, please like the live stream. I promise you it's usually much better than this, seriously. Special circumstances today. 2 away, 1-2 pitch on the way. Just misses inside. Caratini, by the way, I believe is behind the plate today. I think Diaz is the DH for the Astros. Let me check. Yes, that's right. Here's the next pitch. Hit high in the air. It's going to be out of play. Count remains 2-2. Definitely should have more likes on the live stream. I know that I've had some technical issues, but I got the minimal 10. That's good. But with 21 people following along, it should be like 15. Come on, guys. Here's the next pitch. Strike 3. He gets another K. Colton Gordon with the fastball up in the zone. How do you like that? 12 in a row. 12 in a row. After that opening hit in the first inning by the Rays, Colton Gordon has sat down 12 straight Rays. How do you like that? Is he our next Hunter Brown? We can only dream. We can only dream. Top of the fifth coming up. Astros get a chance to build on their lead. We got several more chances. We got 5 more chances to tack on some more runs. Astros already with 7 hits this game. How nice would it be to wind up with 15 hits in this game and about 7 runs or more? That'd be nice. I do need to go grab some more coffee, guys. Please bear with me. I'll be right back. Of course, guys. As soon as I come back, I see Jeremy Pena getting a hit. Opposite field single for Pena. Nice smack by Pena into right field. And we have ourselves a base runner. But I spilled some water when I got up. I hit this massive keyboard holder. Paredes is at the plate, takes the first pitch for strike 1, and I'm trying to dry this water up. I'm not used to this setup, so it's a little tight. But I think it's all right now. All right, next pitch is outside, so it's 1-1 against Paredes. There is 1 out. So apparently McCormick got out before Pena got on base. Here comes the next pitch to Paredes, and that's hit up to the center fielder, and he catches it. Easily put away, so Paredes is retired. 2 away. Good news is I did get my coffee, but yeah, I can't wait to take a picture of this and show it to you guys. This space where I'm calling the game from, because it could be worse, but it's a little tight. Altuve comes to the plate with a lot of boos, a bunch of loser crowd. He hits this one straight up on the infield on the very first pitch. Put away by the shortstop, and that'll be out number 3. One hit. Jeremy Pena is stranded on first, and already, just like that, 1, 2, 3 with minimal pitches. Pepio gets out of the inning. 8 hits now for the Stros, but they come away with nothing in the top of the 5th. Alright, now I can check the live stream. Anything going on there? Okay, no new messages. Good. I'm caught up right now. I can't believe it. I'm caught up. If my voice is putting you guys to sleep, I apologize for that. It's not normally the case. But you know, Jordan, you asked earlier if it was because my girlfriend was sleeping nearby. We know I was under the impression that our relationship, she and I, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned or not, but she is Vietnamese. And I wasn't expecting, first of all, I wasn't looking at the time for anybody to date. To be honest, when our relationship really started to bloom, it was when I went in the hospital last year. She came to see me because I had to be admitted for about a week dealing with the blood clot issues. Not like the one that I had in my leg, not the DVT, but the just blood clots coming out of my you know what, whenever I had to go to the toilet, and it was causing it to be difficult for me. So she was worried about me and came to see me, and she even cooked a meal for me at home and brought it to the hospital because she thought the hospital food was bad. And from there we started to get really close. Colton Gordon is back on the mound. That should have been a strike. Called a ball, but he is facing Brandon Lowe again at the plate. 1-0 is the count. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's in there. Little check swing, but it didn't matter. 1-1. But anyway, long story short, I love her very much. I care about her, but grounded up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Brandon Lau, I keep saying Lowe. Brandon Lau gets a base hit. He'll be on first with no outs. Rays have a leadoff base runner. How nice would it be for the Astros to sweep this series, going into their series with the Mariners coming up? That's a big series. I want to see the Astros sweep this and then take 3 against the Mariners. That's what I want to see. Next pitch is on the way. Danny Jensen, I believe. Ball 1. Danny Jansen. Next pitch from Gordon. A little outside. It's been a while since I've seen 2 balls and no strikes from Gordon. Here comes the next pitch. Hit out into right field. Cam Smith is over. Wow. That's actually gone. That ball just carried. That ball just floated and floated and floated and floated. The commentators thought that it was going to be a fly out. Only 312 feet. Wow, what a short fence. Look at that. Right field. 312. Well, the wall says 314, so it's got to be more than that, right? 3-2. There we go. I got the score right. I just realized I had I forgot. I finally got the names correct, and I forgot to change the score. First two pitches to Curtis Mead. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still no outs. Nobody on. Here's the pitch. Hit pretty hard, but just foul. Astros lead cut down to 1 suddenly with that 2-run shot. Gordon having such an awesome game, and then suddenly a 2-run homer. 8 hits for the Astros, 3 for the Rays. Some big hits this game. Here comes the next pitch. Fouled away. Count remains 1-2. "15 people watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it." Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Gordon. Low and inside. 2 balls. 2 strikes. 67 pitches for Gordon now. Here comes the next one. Swing and a miss. He gets another strikeout there. Good one. First out of the inning. Every time the Astros start giving up runs or failing to, especially when they're giving up runs, it makes me feel like I'm responsible for it or something because I'm doing the live stream, but I'm just the messenger. First pitch to Taylor Walls is fouled off for strike 1. Fouled off. Here's the next pitch. Just a little inside. Barely missed that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Can't believe that home run. Just 312, 314 feet. That's grounded to Pena. He fires the first. Out number 2. Walls is gone. Go sit down, mister. That brings up Cameron Meisner. I'm pretty sure that's not Misner. Alright. Here comes the first pitch to Meisner. That could have been a strike on the lower outside edge of the zone, but called a ball. That was close. Here comes the next pitch. That's right in there, 97 miles an hour. How do you like that? 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, man, that was right on the edge. What's with this hump suddenly? Missing those calls. 2 balls and 1 strike. Doesn't really get much better than that. What do you expect him to do? Throw every single ball right in the middle of the zone? That one's a little outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Should have been a strikeout, actually. 2 outs, nobody on. Let's shut this down. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Right in there, 91 miles an hour on that 4-seam fastball. Full count, guys, with 2 outs. Let's get out of this inning. Come on, Gordon. Here's the 3-2. Right in there, struck him out. Yeah, Gordon was like, if that umpire is not going to give me those edges, I'll just go down the middle. He gets the strikeout, gets him looking. See, that's what happens. You know, that's also bad for the batters when the batters start thinking, hey, you know, the umpire is calling it really tight suddenly, and I've got a full count, I'm just going to take it. They start thinking that he's not throwing strikes too, you know. Maybe they're not even thinking about the umpire. They're thinking about the pitcher. Oh, he can't get it in the zone. Actually, those 3 of those pitches were in the zone. Only one of those was called. The guy should have been struck out already. Essentially, he was struck out twice. Looking. That's really shameful that a batter can get up there and take so many good pitches and expect to get a walk. And he was trying to get a walk. But he should have struck out. How unfair is it for a guy to get a walk when he should have struck out twice? That would be terrible. All right, let's see here. The dog says, sounds like a love story, my friend. Well, I know what you're saying, and I agree. It sounds like a, I guess you could say, what people would say is a love story. But to me, real love is when 2 people meet each other in the same place, emotionally. If one person is emotionally ready for a loving relationship and commitment, and the other is also ready for that same level of commitment, then that's a love story. But when one person is not yet able, either they never get close, or they get close and pull away and get close and pull away. That's kind of the situation that ours became, where we get really close and then she gets scared. And that's just happened over and over. So I've decided to just back off. So she is in another city right now attending business school. So I'll just let her live her life, and I've got an old house to renovate, and I've got my health to restore. So she's not a priority right now. She's down the list. I love her and I want to be with her, but she's going to have to come to me. I don't mean necessarily physically, but emotionally she has to meet me where I'm at. So that's where that is, Bit Dog. Walker is at the plate. A little low and outside. Looks like that's going to be a ball. And it is. 1-0. Bit Dog says, I adore Asian ladies. Well, you know, any woman who is attractive to me and has a great personality and can meet me emotionally where I'm at is fine. But yeah, there's some beautiful women here. Fouled off by Walker. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch from Pirio. Hit a little too hard by Walker out to left field for out number 1. Little fly ball. Pepio, I don't know why I call him Perio. Ross Perio. Pepio, 1 away. And that brings up, I believe, Yainer Diaz in the DH spot. There's Jordan Alvarez. He's supposed to be getting close to a return. First pitch to Yainer is fouled back for strike 1. The dog says any other park, and that would have been, yeah, you're absolutely right. That would have been a foul. That would have been a fly out anywhere else. Cam Smith ran out of room trying to get to it. He thought he could get to it, and everybody else did, but just floated out. Diaz fouls that one back again for an 0-2 count. Hey Kim, how are you? Thank you for being here. I see that you posted a message and retracted it, but if you want to re-edit, resend, feel free to do so. That was the next pitch to Diaz. Pepio's delivery. Little high. Ball 1. Jordan says, how are you feeling, my friend? I'm feeling okay, Jordan. Thank you for asking. I think I feel a little comfortable today. Wow, look at that. Diaz swings and misses that. That goes in the dirt, and that's way, way back to the backstop. Yainer's easily able to get to first. So how do we like that? How do you like that? Look at this. Curveball. That one didn't even get to the plate. It bounced well before the plate and way off to the left side. Diaz can almost walk to first base. So we have a base runner with one out. Pipio gets the strikeout, but there's no actual out. He brings up Caratini, the Batman. He takes the first one in the lower part of the zone. Caratini calls a little timeout. He wants to check his utility belt, as the Batman often does. He is always prepared, is he not? One runner on, one out, one strike. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. That's going to be strike two. Jordan, after this, it will be close to lunchtime. I've got to go to the city hall office and try to negotiate something. And after that, pick up some food, and then head out to my house to get some work done, get some cleaning and stuff done. Here's the next pitch. High and outside, Caratini, ball 1-2. Wrong screen. There we go. Sorry about that. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Caratini. Here's the toss. In the dirt. 1-2 goes to 2-2. Glenn says, I lived in Vietnam. Yeah, I've only been there once for a few days. They have awesome coffee, don't they, Glenn? If you like coffee, you should. This is hit to third. Is it going to be a double play? And it is. Caratini ends the inning with an opposite field double play ball. I'm happy that he hit it opposite field, but he just happened to hit it in the wrong spot. So unfortunately, that's going to be it for the Astros this inning. So one runner stranded, I guess you could kind of say, even though he grounded him out. But we go to the bottom of the sixth. The Astros up by just 1, 3-2. Colton Gordon should be back on the mound for the Stros in just a moment. Let's go back to the live chat right quick and see what's going on. But yeah, Glenn and Jordan and BitDog, the girl that I met from Vietnam, she was in my language school, and she's significantly younger than me. And that's no doubt one of the reasons why she's a little scared about, being in a committed relationship, because of family and all of that kind of stuff, what they might think and care about. But if I'm healthy and strong and I'm stable, then I don't think any of them will have a problem with that. But right now, I still have a lot of stuff to get straightened out with my health. And until that's done and I get more stable in my career, yeah, I can't really push her. So that's another reason I've decided to back off. Jordan says, it's like a bird, you have to set them free. If they come back, it's meant to be, especially with an age difference. I would just really enjoy what I had while I had it. Yeah, Jordan, and that's what I wouldn't go back and change anything, because it's useless to change anything from your past. I know that some people say that if they could go back and change some stuff, they would. But the thing is, literally everything that happens in your life leads you to where you are right now. And some people would say, well, where I'm at right now is not good, so of course I would go back and change things. But I think they miss what that means. Where you're at right now, based on who you've been, who you've decided to be over your entire life. Everything that happens in your life leads you and pushes you in the direction you need to go to become better. Now, whether you make the decisions to get there or not, that's up to you. But the good thing is that as long as you're alive and breathing and able to move, or I would say as long as you're conscious, okay, even if you're in a hospital bed and you're paralyzed, as long as you can think and you can feel, you can change your life. It's absolutely true. 100% true. As long as you're awake and you can feel, you can change your life. Here's the first pitch from Colton Gordon. Swing and a miss by Yandy. Yandy with the strikey. 0-1. I never liked coffee till I lived in Vietnam. I believe it, Glenn. Yandy goes out into right field and he puts it right through. Cam Smith can't get to it. Yandy leads on for the double. Man, so Colton Gordon got the first one by him. He snuck the first one by him. But Yandy's like, nah, not this time. No more strikey. How about a doubly? Yandy with the doubly. Opposite field. 90-mile-per-hour fastball right down the middle. No movement. Makes sense. A little bit of a timeout there. Something going on. Brian King warming up already in the Astros bullpen. I like the way that looks. I love me some Magnum PI Brian King. First pitch now to Jose Caballero is in there on the outside edge. He's got 2 strikeouts today. Let's make it an even 3. Here comes 0-1 pitch. That's hit really hard out to left field. Yeah, that's all the way to the wall. It's going to score a run. The game will be tied. Double for Caballero. Wow. The exact same thing back to back for Colton Gordon. A strike and a double, and then a strike and a double. Identical results back to back in this inning. Right off the left field wall. Close to being another homer. Game is tied. No outs. Runner on second. Christopher Morel. Suddenly, Gordon had several great innings and then suddenly just some trouble. He fakes a throw to second base. Four straight innings of nothing for the Rays, and then a 2-run shot, and now this double to tie it up. Here's the next. Nope, he goes to second base, gets the tag on. Altuve does, but they say he's safe. Christopher Morel at the plate, waiting for the first pitch from Gordon. Here comes the toss. High and outside for ball 1. Bid Dog says you can change the future but never the past. Bid Dog, actually, I believe you can rewrite the past. You can rewrite it with your emotions and in your memories. This is hit way up in the air. Morel looks like he's going to fly out, and he does. Cam Smith puts it away. Runner is back to second. Looks like that's going to be it for Gordon. 83 pitches through 6 1/3 innings for Colton Gordon. You can't complain about that performance at all. I think he did a really good job giving up 3 runs. One of those a lucky home run off a very, very short, what should have been a fly ball out. Pretty much in every park in the MLB except for this one. We're tied up with 1 out, 3-3. Colton Gordon coming out of the game with a runner on second. It looks like Brian King is going to be in. Brian King. You know what? There's an image I want to load of King. Let me see if I can find it. I've got a really funny image of Brian King, and I want to get that on the screen. Where, no, I need to open ChatGPT. ChatGPT was helping me with these images, and I came up with a really hilarious image of Brian King. Okay, I've got my folder open now. Where is that image of Brian King? Where is it? Come on. There it is. Picture gifts. Let's save it right there. Okay, there we go. All right. There we go. If you guys have the opportunity, check out the picture of Brian King that I have over on the left side of the screen. Boom. I love it. Brian King, Magnum PI. Here's the next pitch. Bounce to the left side. Freitas picks it up, fires to first, holds the runner at first. That's out number 2. I love this image. Brian King, Magnum PI. I love it. I absolutely love it. He's got the wrong number on his jersey, though. Here comes the next pitch. That's fouled back. Strike number 1. Brandon Lau is at the plate facing King. Runner on second with 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch. Just a little outside. Ball 1. 1-1. Is 74 really King's number? Did they change it? Here comes the next toss. 1-1 pitch. Right in there. 92 miles an hour in the bottom of the zone. King with the Magnum. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and it's too much for Brandon Lau. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. You can't handle the King. How many guys have a girl that says strategy? Freaking, yeah, strategy. You're right. Strategy, intelligent. It's good stuff. Here's the next pitch. Fouled off again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count remains. Yeah, I'll never forget laughing so hard the first time she did something, and she said that it's because she's intelligent. I laughed so hard. So cute, right? Intelligent. I just said, yes, that's right. You are very intelligent. Here comes the next pitch, the 1-2 again. Hit high in the air. Looks like it should be out number 3. Chas McCormick comes in and he's under it. And he puts it away. Out number 3. There we go. Brian King, Magnum PI. He does his job. Gets the 2 outs and shuts that down. Colton Gordon comes away with 1 more earned run in that inning, but thanks to our resident Magnum PI. That's all the damage in the 6th. This game is tied. Astros were up early in the 2nd inning, 3-0, and Gordon had an excellent 4 innings. gave up the lucky home run, the 2-run shot in the 5th. It looked like the Rays were going to threaten with that back-to-back doubles in the 6th. But of course, the Astros had Brian King, so they brought him in. He shut it down. 8 hits for the Astros, 5 hits for the Rays. This game is tied going into the top of the 7th. Jake Myers is due up to bat in just a moment. Let's take a look at the live chat here and see what's going on. Bit Dog says, I came to watch a ball game and a philosophy class broke out. Well, Bit Dog, I will say this. If you guys have never looked up, like, the teachings of, like, Neville Goddard, William Blake, I'll put these in the chat. These are books and lectures I listen to a lot, Neville Goddard and William Blake, and so my current beliefs stem out of their school of thought. And so they talk, Neville Goddard especially talks about doing what's called rewriting the past. You know, the things that have happened in your life, there's no such thing as anything bad that's happened in your life. We just have a perception of things being bad, or we think of them as being bad, or we have a feeling of them being bad. But the truth is, by viewing them and feeling about them in a negative way, they are bad. But not because they are inherently bad, but just because we view them that way, when in truth, actually, everything leads to our good. It's very deep stuff, but very true. Myers comes to the plate. He's facing a new pitcher. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Myers hits the second one out to right field. It might be to the wall. It's going to be gone. Heck yes. Jake Myers. Talk about the short porch. It comes back to bite the Rays, and Jake Myers gets himself a 338 feet or 338 foot home run. Astros retake the lead 4-3. Good job, Mr. Baseball. Myers continues to be the man. 4-3, just like that, as we're talking about philosophy and relationships in Vietnam. Outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Cam Smith. 9 hits for the Astros now and 4 runs. Here comes the next toss to Smith. Right through the right side. Cam Smith adds a single. How do you like that? 2 hits for Cam Smith today. A double and a single. And that's the home run from Myers right there. Just kept going and going and going. We have ourselves a base runner with no outs. Let's tack on some more runs. Let's get that 3-run lead back. That's what I want to see. Hoshi, I want it. McCormick is at the plate, and he tries to bunt. They're saying that McCormick is basically the leader of the sacrifice bunts in MLB. It looks like he shaved his mustache off. He's all clean. Looks like a baby. 0-1 is the count. Rodriguez pitching. Manuel Rodriguez. Uh-oh. This is deep to left field, guys. It goes all the way to the wall, and it's caught right at the wall. It was almost there. Holy cow. Chaz McCormick launched it out to left field, and it was almost gone. That was so close. Chaz, poor guy, almost gets the homer. Ripped that one all the way out to left center and just barely. Look at that, right at the wall. Look at this catch. Almost. I mean, maybe one more foot. That's all it needed. One more foot. Whew, poor McCormick. Man, he needed that. First pitch to Pena is outside for ball one. 1-0. 2 for 3 today. Is Pena having a good day with a couple of singles? Here comes a 1-0 pitch. Pena goes opposite side, and that's through. Cam Smith will stop at second. Now we have runners on first and second with 1 out. 3 for 4. Pena is burning it up today. Manuel Rodriguez. Do I have his picture? No, I don't. I'm going to have to get his picture. They're having a meeting on the mound right now. The pitching coach. Manuel Rodriguez was having a little chit-chat with the pitching coach in the infield. Okay, finally got his picture downloaded so I can change that on the screen. But Isaac Perez is at the plate waiting for the first pitch. Here it comes. Right in the bottom of the zone for strike 1. 0-1 to Perez. Next pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1. Man, Rodriguez's name is too long. Looks like if I can talk right now. I said it looks like that is going to be ball 2, and it is. The wind is really starting to pick up here in the park right now. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Paredes. He hits that one really high. First baseman is over, and he's able to catch it for out number 2. So we are in the process of stranding runners, or are the Astros just trying to get 2 outs so that they can start driving runs in? Speculation. Well, the Astros do have 1 run on the board so far, courtesy of Jake Myers. Got a few messages to get caught up on. Jordan, I see your messages. I was just trying to get some stuff straightened out on the screen. Altuve hits one really hard, deep to left field, all the way out to the wall, and it's caught right at the warning track. Holy cow. If anybody needs a home run, it's Altuve. Altuve and McCormick, man. Poor Altuve. I really wish he'd put that one out. He needs it. He's been struggling. Same McCormick. McCormick has been actually doing better than Altuve recently, and that's a big deal. 2 shots to the warning track for the Astros that inning, plus a solo home run. They strand 2 runners. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 4-3 Stros over the Rays. And let's take a look at those comments, Jordan. Neville Carter. Jordan says, I've transformed to a higher plane than Neville Carter. Don't need all that. Who's Neville Carter? I don't know who Neville Carter is. Jordan says, I believe God farted, and here we are, astronauts. Day space smells like fart. Deepest blood. That pitcher thought it was gone. Yeah, the pitcher did. Everybody did, but the wind has been blowing hard, so it's difficult to say right now. Yeah, I don't believe in the I used to. I was raised to believe in the idea that God is a completely separate being. That basically we have to, um, believe in and worship a certain way. Basically, like almost like master and slave. Like God created us, and we're supposed to bow down and worship. Oh, thank you for creating us. But I know that some people will be rubbed the wrong way about this, but I don't believe that anymore. And I've left all religions. I don't have any religious belief right now, so I don't follow any religion. Now, I don't poo-poo other people's religions. You can believe whatever you want. I'm not saying that all religions or any religion they're all good and they're all correct or lead to the same place. I won't say that, but I do believe that everything that happens in life leads us to the same place eventually, whether it takes one life or many. We'll see. It looks like Brian King is still on the mound for the Astros. He gets a that's not a swing and a miss. I need to put my glasses on. He's got the 2-ball and 0 strike count on Jansen. 2-0. Here comes a 2-0 pitch. Check swing, but he couldn't. That'll be a strike. Good toss from King. Don't see King in the game for 2 innings too often. Here comes the next pitch. 2-1 is the count. Just a tad high. That could have been either way. "17 people watching. Thank you so much for being here." Little half swing and a strike. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Astros could have used a lot of left-handed batters in this game. With that short wall out there. Caratini already took advantage, so did Myers. Here's the pitch. That will be a walk. A little high again. Umpire not calling those really close ones. It looks like the Rays are going to bring Jansen out of the game, put in a pinch runner. I was about to say a pitch runner. What is a pitch runner? That's a guy who pitches, and then he's also the designated runner on base. Can you imagine? Well, maybe one day they'll change the rules to do that. He's a pitch runner. Next batter at the plate fouls it away. That's Curtis Mead, I believe. 0-1 is the count. Make sure you guys like the live stream if you haven't already. I appreciate that. We're at 16. I just need 4 more to get to 20. That pitch is a little out of the zone. Not by much. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the next pitch. Ground ball. Foul down the third base line. Strike 2. No outs, runner on first. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Curtis Mead. Magnum PI dealing. Mr. Brian King. Here comes the pitch. Nope. He goes over to first base. Runner gets back. Crowd boos. Gives the customary boos. Here's the next pitch. That one hit. That's hit right past Paredes. That one looks like it went off of Paredes' glove. That was rocketed over to third. Went out into left field. I didn't get to see that. It happened so fast. They didn't get the camera over there. Let's take a look. Oh, okay. It didn't hit his glove. I had to take a guess at that because they got the cameras over there too late. But Paredes couldn't even get to it. It was a few feet from his glove. Line drive single. So King has given up a couple of hits here, or a walk and a hit rather. 2 base runners with no outs. It's not typical. But then again, pitching 2 innings is also not very typical for Brian King. Wall swings at the first pitch and misses for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. One ball, no balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That is in there, right on the inside edge. Good one, good toss. 0-2. Whoa, check swing off the bat. Thought it hit him there for a second. Off the end, off the knob. Off the doorknob of the bat. What do you open when you turn the doorknob of a bat? A strikeout, hopefully, right here. And it is. Look at that. I called it. Did you hear that? I called it. Strikeout for King. A K for King. Brian K. Let's see if we get the close-up replay. Do we get? Yes, here it is. It's my favorite. Thank you for the breeze. I felt it all the way over here in Hiroshima. 1 away with runners on first and second. Cameron Meisner is coming out. They're going to have a pinch hitter. Jonathan Aranda. Is that right? No. Oh, that is right. I was right. Jonathan Aranda. I got it right. Pitching coach is going to come out and have a little chit-chat with Brian King. The infield is in. Probably going to discuss the current batter and situation. Astros nursing a 1-run lead, 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th. 1 away with 2 runners on. "17 people consistently hanging in there on the live stream. I appreciate you being here. I'm normally not as chill as I am right now. Just at a net cafe here in Hiroshima, so I'm trying to not be too loud. First pitch to Aranda will be delivered in just a moment. Brian King back up on the mound. Here's the first toss. Right on the outside edge, just barely misses for ball 1. 92 mile per hour fastball. 92 mile per hour quick ball. 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's in there. Upper outside corner, well placed. 92 mile per hour pitch. The count is even. 1-1. Here comes the toss. That's on the outside edge. Gets the call there, thankfully. Umpire has missed several of those this game, but that one was a good spot. Just barely clipped the edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Aranda. A big breaking pitch to get him to swing and miss right here will be just what the doctor ordered from Mr. King. Here comes the 1-2. Strike 3, got him. Fastball, 94 miles an hour with a little bit of movement on it. Magnum King with the gun there. Two away. Wow, Brian King is not going to face Yandy Diaz. So they're gonna have a right-handed pitcher come in. Astros are gonna pull King out. I don't know who's coming in the game yet. They didn't say who. I didn't see anybody warming up, but I'll announce that for you as soon as I get the info. As it stands right now, 2 runners on, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. King gave up a walk and a hit, and then picked up 2 outs. But the Astros are going to go ahead and go with a different pitcher for the next batter. 11 hits for the Astros this game, and just 4 runs. I was projecting that they would have about 14 hits and 7 runs. They can still do it. They get to bat 2 more times. Statistically, they could easily get to 14 hits, but to get 3 more runs with 3 hits, I mean, it's doable. They're just going to have to get some big hits in order to make that happen. Still got 17 following along. I've had 17 in the live stream now for the past 30 minutes or so. That's great. I'm glad that you've all joined, but I'm still trying to get to 20 likes on the live stream. 4 short. Currently at 16. 16 likes. Have I picked up any more subs? Yeah, that's great. I'm at 365. That's awesome. Now I have 1 subscriber for every day of the year. Excellent. Yeah, it's going to be Brian Abreu, guys. I'm not surprised. Brian Abreu. Where are their pitchers? There they are. Brian King out, Brian Abreu in. There we go. Next pitch on the way. Strike. The first pitch was a ball. I missed it while I was trying to put Abreu's picture on the screen. 1-1 is the count. Yandy Diaz at the plate. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Altuve scoops it up. Fires over to first. No problem. Big out with that ground out. Abreu gets it done. Brian King does give up a single and a hit. Gets the next 2 outs, and then Abreu gets the 3rd. Astros keep their lead 4-3 going into the top of the 8th. How do you like them apples? That's the kind of recovery I like to see. And early on, we had so many different comments and from so many different people. It's gotten quiet recently. I guess you guys are a little busy. But it's all good. What time is it there? Here it is just a little after 10 o'clock in the morning. It looks like this game should wrap up in a relatively decent amount of time if this score holds as is. Then I should be out of here quite soon, and I can head over to the government office, try to take care of whatever I need to take care of there. Then I can have lunch and head back out to my house, start getting some of that stuff taken care of. I've got 3 main things to do today. One is get my bedroom cleaned up and get it ready for sleeping. That's the first main thing. And I can get my desk cleaned up, get my computer and monitors set back up for the game tomorrow. Those are the first things. Second thing is I need to get outside with a trimmer and cut some grass around the water well. The grass had grown up so much before I bought the house. It was taller than me. I'm 6 feet tall, and the grass was like more than 7 or 8 feet tall, and that's not a joke. I discovered a well and an old pump. I need to cut the grass around there now. Now the grass is cut down, but it's still a little high because it's grown up recently. If I can get that cut down, I can put in my new pump, my new water pump on the water well. Try to get my water going. I need my water really bad. Looks like the Rodriguez is out. New pitcher for the Rays. What's his name? Eric Orrs. Eric Orrs. 1 strike on Caratini. No, it's Christian Walker. Why did I say Caratini? This is what happens when I don't bring my proper glasses. I'm having to squint at the screen. 0-2. No, I'm sorry, 1-1. Oh, right over his head. Holy cow. 2-1. He fouled the first pitch off. Next 2 pitches were balls. Man, I can't wait to get my setup at home. I'm going to have 3 huge screens. It's going to be so nice. 2 balls, 1 strike to Walker. Here's the pitch. Another one way up by his head. Man, what's he trying to do? Orr's trying to take his head off. 3 balls and 1 strike. I don't think I have Orr's picture. Walker hits this one out into left field, and that's caught by the left fielder for out number 1. He flies out on the 3-1 count, 1 away. That brings up Yainer Diaz. Eric Orrs. First pitch to Diaz on the way. Swing and a miss. Yainer not having a good night. 0 for 3, trying to make something happen here with that swing. Trying to make a miracle happen. How about an opposite field home run? That would be perfect. He's been hitting a lot out there. He could do it. He does go kind of right field. He does go opposite field, but it's too shallow. He was trying. Just didn't get the fat part of the bat. Yainer goes down, out number 2. Quiet 8th inning so far for the Astros bats. Here's the next pitch from Orrs. The first one to Caratini. He fouls it off for strike 1. Caratini 1 for 3 today, but his 1 hit is pretty nice. Solo home run, which started the scoring for the Astros. Pitcher wants a new ball. They swap it out with a tennis ball. Can you imagine trying to hit a tennis ball? Here comes a 0-1 pitch. Caratini launches that one. Wow, he crushes it out into the right field stands. He came around on it way too fast. Man, he almost had himself a 2 home run game. I'd swing like that again, man. 0-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. And he does swing like that again, but he doesn't touch it this time. Well, he tried. Caratini goes to sit down. Nothing doing for the Astros in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. At least they didn't strand any runners, right? 4-3, 11 hits for the Strizos. 4 runs on the board. No errors for anybody. 6 hits for the Rays. Anything in the live stream? Let's do a little checkup, shall we? Why is your voice so quiet? Jordan, it's because Oh, I am sorry, Jordan. I apologize for that. I just realized that I moved my microphone up whenever I went to get coffee, and it wasn't back down. That's my bad. Thank you for pointing that out. I really appreciate that. I was waiting for you to say something about it. Yeah, yeah. No, I will say this. For reading up close, I need reading glasses. And with big screen monitors, I don't need glasses. But the thing is, right now in the net cafe, I'm using the laptop, and the HDMI cable is connected to the large monitor for here in the net cafe. So I have two different screens. The big screen, I have it divided with my scoreboard, which has my input screen on it, and then the other half of the screen, or you could say 2/3 of the screen, is the game. And I have to switch between tabs for the ESPN data and the live stream, so I can see the comments from you guys. But then on my laptop screen, I have my software, the Prism Live Studio, which is running my live stream. Brian Abreu is back on the mound here in the 8th inning for the Astros. He got the last out last inning, and now he's going to try to get the next 3, apparently. First batter is Jose Caballero. First pitch from Abreu on the way. Little outside, ball 1. Next pitch is on the way. In there. Nice movement on that slider. 1-1. The good thing is, like I said, whenever I get out to my house and I get everything set up, I have a huge 42-inch monitor for my main monitor. And then I have 2 monitors that are about maybe 30 inches. Next pitch is on the way. Right on the outside edge. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. I was almost on that edge, but ball 2, 2-1. And I won't need to use my laptop anymore for that. Here's the 2-1 pitch, fouled off. That evens the count, 2-2. So once I get to my house, I'll be able to use my desktop computer. And my desktop has a really nice video card with multiple outputs, so I can use 3 huge screens at the same time. Looking forward to that. Here comes the next pitch. Tapper back to the mound. Abreu jumps up, grabs it, and underhands it over to Walker for out number 1. Easy peasy, living greasy. 1 away. I hope all of that was interesting. Everything I explained to you about my setup. Oh, yeah, I'm at a net cafe. So, but right now there aren't many people here, and I'm in the back corner. I selected my space to try to be away from everybody, and that's why I'm talking low, but I did crank up my microphone, so the static is a little high. I apologize for the hiss sound, but it's necessary to amplify my voice so that I don't have to talk too loudly, but I will be getting another microphone soon, just to let you guys know, so that hiss noise should disappear. Next batter is Josh Lau, or is it Josh Lowe? First pitch, swing and a miss. 98-mile-per-hour heater. It is low, so it's Brandon Lau. Josh Lowe. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ooh, 99, but just barely misses that top right corner. Could have gone either way. Even count, 1-1. Here's the toss to Low. That's right, in there, 97. Man, he's just scorching them in there right now. 97, 98, 99. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Here's the next delivery from Abreu. That one's several inches up and out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, it'd be cool once you get your setup going, says Jordan. You're right. You're right, 100%. Here's the next pitch, the 2-2. This is hit up the middle. Oh, caught by Jeremy Pena on the diving nab, the backhand to his right. Good pitch. Good pitch and good catch by Pena. Let's take a look at that. Little replay. Just give us a close-up. We got a close-up? Yeah, check this out. Here we go. Jeremy Pena continuing to do a really good job on D this year. And his offense right now is outstanding. First pitch to Caminero. Caminero is a strike. Good breaking pitch. 0-1. Oh and 1. Here's the pitch. Tapper foul. 0-2. 2 outs, 2 strikes, nobody on. Bray with an opportunity to pick up a K. Are you hungry for some breakfast cereal? Because if you are, it's just possible that Brian Abreu can serve you up some Special K in just a moment. 0-2 to Caminero. Here's the toss. Ground ball over to Pena, but he can't quite get there. That's going to be through for a hit. No K yet for Abreu, and the Rays have a base runner with 2 outs. That's disappointing. To give up a hit or a play like that when you've got 2 strikes on the batter. Jordan says, I was thinking your girlfriend was sleeping and you didn't want to wake her. Well, she's probably not sleeping right now because she's at school, but she's in another city, so she's not close enough to be bothered by my speaking. Next pitch goes foul for strike 1. Brandon Lau at the plate. Runner on first with 2 outs. 0-1 is the count. Jordan says it's going to be cool. Yes, for sure. And dang, I wish we had a teleporter and could just pop in and out so I could have a sit. That'd be great. You have no idea how much work there is to do at my house. Runner is going, swing and a miss, strike 2, but Caratini does not throw the ball. So that's going to be a stolen base. But the count is 0-2. Astros are not really a throw out the base runner kind of team this year, right? It's sad. Teams can just kind of run at will. 0-2 against Lau with 2 outs, runner on second. Here's the next pitch from Abreu. In the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jordan, if you haven't taken a look at my Cominca channel, you can see what kind of condition my house is in. Have you looked at my other YouTube channel that's devoted to my house? You should check it out if not. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, the first base side. Walker grabs it. He takes it himself. Out number 3. How do you like that? Good job, Abreu. We're going to go into the top of the 9th. Astros up 4-3. Abreu gets it done. He gets his 4 outs. Exactly what he needed to do. I would imagine we're going to see ourselves some Josh Hader later. Hader later. Abreu now, Hader later. Jake Myers is due up. He has an opposite field home run for the Stros. Jordan says no problem with the hiss, the quiet George Clooney womanizer voice was killing me. Now okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, ball forward. Ordonia says, let's go Astros. Absolutely, let's go. Jordan says, I really need to. I have it somewheres. It's... If you want to look it up by handle, that's my handle. Yeah, I like Faux. My girlfriend, well, if you want to call her that, my girl, I guess I'll say. She's maybe my girl. In my heart, she's my girl, but, you know, I'll say this. My door is open and she can come back and choose to be with me. But I'm not waiting at the door. And that door's not always open for her indefinitely. I'm not just going to sit around and wait for her forever. She's going to have to come meet me at some point before I move on. Because if the right woman comes along who's emotionally where I'm at, then my girl's gone. And my new girl is my new girl. She's my girl. I replace my girl with my other girl, and she becomes my girl. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she's cooked for me several Vietnamese dishes. That's one of the things we were doing together a lot, was cooking. First pitch is on the way. Jake Myers goes opposite field, but it's caught by the first baseman. Out number 1, line drive on the very first pitch. One away. Mason Montgomery is on the mound now for the Rays. Let's see if I've got his picture in my folder. I do not. Another pitcher. Are these all new pitchers or what? Cam Smith comes to the plate and fouls the first pitch off. Oh, and 1 is the count. Mason Montgomery. Man. The Rays must have changed a bunch of their pitchers, because I don't have any of these guys in my folder. And that next pitch is a ball, 1-1 to Cam Smith. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. High and inside for ball 2. 2-1. Two and 1 pitch on the way. Fouled back. Counts even. 2-2. Now I need to change the name on the screen. Mason Montgomery. There we go. That's a long name. Another long name that I have to try to consolidate. Let's see if I can do that. The next pitch to Cam Smith is inside. Full count. 3-2. Here comes the next pitch from Montgomery. This one's opposite field. Looks like it's going to be all the way out to the right fielder, and it does carry, so that's out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. Soft line drive by Jake Myers to first. Soft fly ball to right field by Cam Smith. Chaz McCormick comes to the plate. Next pitch is the first pitch to McCormick in the bottom part of the zone for strike 1. Oh, 1-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. It'd be nice to see McCormick come back and get that home run. He missed just by about a foot. Here's the pitch. Hits that one foul to the right side. Yeah, they're showing the replay of that ball out to the left center field fence. Look how close that was. Right there, just another foot maybe. He would have gotten it over. 0-2 is the count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Ooh, it hits him. Man, right on the arm. He's running around. It looks like that hurt a little bit. They're out checking on him right now. "99 miles an hour on the forearm. 99 miles an hour. He got pegged on the arm. He's gonna, looks like he's gonna stay in the game, go to first. Chas heads to first base. Jeremy Pena comes to the plate. He has been on fire this game. 4-3 the Astros lead. 3 for 4 today with 3 singles is Pena. Here comes the first toss to him from Montgomery. He takes that one right down the middle for strike 1. 98 mile per hour fastball. Man, this guy's got some burners. 0-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch from Montgomery. Long delay, and now he throws it in the dirt. 1-1. I see some more comments in the comment section here. Mark says, "Now you sound like a 70s late night radio DJ." Thank you guys for joining me on this beautiful Saturday night. Coming at you live from Saijo, Hiroshima. Here's the next pitch to Pena. Why did he go after that one? Half swing from Pena on a ball low and inside in the dirt. Looked like a Swiffer. Swiffer pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jordan says you could make money narrating Lion King Sleepy Time. I always stay friends. Lion King Sleepy Time. I don't even know what that is. But there's a lot of stuff in the media, in the U.S. media. I don't know what it is anymore. I've been living in Asia now for quite a while. 12 and a half years almost. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Pena. Nope. Chas is picked off. They get him at first, going to second base. Chas tried to get greedy again. It's okay. The Astros have been pretty aggressive this game, and I mean, it's helped them get 4 runs on the board. That's the minimal that they need. But if they had kept going like they were early in the game, they would be at 7 runs right now at least, with 14 hits. But Astros wind up their 9 innings of work with 11 hits and 4 runs, stranding too many runners on base. Jeremy Pena didn't get an opportunity to do something there. He was doing really well, but they decided to send McCormick. Pitcher picked him off, and he got tagged out. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Astros are going to try to hold to this 1-run lead. We'll see what they can do in just a moment. Jordan says there's some space-time continuum series, space facts to fall asleep to. There's so many ideas, Jordan. You know, you can do anything online, but you know, part of that is just, if I do something like that, then I would have to know for sure that it was going to work, because my heart's not into it. My heart has to be into it. Mark says he's going to third on that one. What? 3? Not sure about that. Jordan says, what's that guy's name? Earl Grey Jones. Oh, Earl Jones, yeah. James Earl Jones is who you're talking about. BitDog says we have 2 Stros above 300 at the moment. Yes, 2 Stros above 300. Could have been 3, but Altuve has just dropped off a cliff, hasn't he, over the past month. Jordan says George Norrie. Oh, yeah, I know George Norrie. Yeah, and Art Bell. You remember those guys late night? I used to have a driving job back in the U.S. a long time ago, and I would listen to Art Bell and then George Norrie. Up next, Air Supply live at the Fillmore. We're going to go to Red Rocks here in just a moment for a live performance by the White Rabbits. Hader is on the mound. First pitch from him is in the dirt practically for ball one. He is facing Chandler Simpson. Appears to be a pinch hitter. 1-0 is the count. Here comes the toss. Fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jordan says, I can't do it at all. Heart or no heart. Ooh, that one barely misses on that outside corner. Outside edge, rather. Should have been a strike. Umpire didn't like it, though. That's all that matters, huh? Fouled away. Catcher's interference. They're going to call. They're going to send the base runner to first. Victor Caratini's glove was in the way on that swing. And now they got the fastest runner in baseball basically on base. Yeah, you see that? They called Caratini for interference. But you know, isn't that what the Batman always does? He always interferes with the bad guys. One runner on with no outs. Hader tosses the next one to Curtis Mead. First pitch, ball one, high and outside. Mead is 1 for 3 today. He doesn't realize it, but he's about to get a double play right here. Here comes the pitch. High chopper. They won't be able to get him at second base, and they fire to first to get the first base out. But unfortunately, that was like a sacrificed fielder's choice. Runner gets to second base. The tying run is on second. That chop was so high. Isak had to hurry just to get the out at first, but the runner at second. Now he's really fast too. We have to be careful. Taylor Walls at the plate. 1 away. Here's a pitch from Hader. Runner's going to third. No throw from Caratini at all. This guy's too fast. 0-1. 10 steals this year for this guy. Tying run on third. With 1 out, Josh Hader facing Taylor Walls with the 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. He tries to bunt it, goes up in the air, and Altuve makes the sliding catch. How do you like that, Altuve? They tried to bunt the tying run home, and Altuve makes the sliding catch for out number 2. That's my hero right there, man. Good old Altuve. He may not be doing well at the plate right now, but man, take a look at this replay. Look at that. Jose Altuve, man, you are awesome. Love you, dude. Even when you're struggling. I feel the pain. We got ourselves another pinch hitter. A lefty versus a lefty. Ben Rortvedt. They're showing that replay again. A little bit of a delay here with Rortvedt coming to the plate. He's finally in the batter's box and ready to go. 2 outs. Runner on third. Hader pitching to Rortvedt, the pinch hitter, lefty on lefty. Here's the pitch. Right in there. Fastball. 95 mile an hour sinker fastball. 0-1 is the count. Chaz hit gonna take the. Oh, that's what you're. Ah, okay, I see. Here's the next pitch. Way outside. 1-1. One and one is the count against Rorvet. Here comes the pitch from Hader. That's hit way up in the air. Is it going to be playable? Paredes is over. And it's going to go right at the edge. Hey, Paredes gets it. Outnumbered 3. The Astros do it. Paredes gets it. I'm trying so hard not to get loud here. But Paredes reaches over the rail and gets that ball. It's about 2 feet over the rail, and that's outnumbered 3. Let's take a look at this catch. Look at this. Boom, right there. How do you like that? Astros win this game with a fly out, a man on third. It doesn't get much closer than that. No extra innings for you guys. Astros get the leadoff win. The first game, they take it 4-3 against the Rays. Holy cow, what a close game. That was nerve-wracking. Let me get caught up on the live chat right quick, guys. I want to make sure that I get to your comments real fast, and then we'll do a really quick review of this game and then a preview for tomorrow. First of all, if you have not liked the live stream, please do that right now. I'm still 4 likes shy of 20. I'd like to get to 20 if possible. Let's see here. Oh, Seattle is winning. Oh yeah. Well, hopefully we can change that over the next 2 series. I think we can flip it and take first place. Jordan says I was gonna say Art Bell, but his voice was higher. Octane. George Norrie much closer, but Art Bell always the best late night. Yeah, it was good stuff. And all too be so fast I can't see it even after 5 times. Yeah. Shoot says yeehaw. Hilarious. Okay, good guys. I just want to make sure I got caught up on all those comments. Let's do a quick recap of this game, and then I need to, and I'll update you on what the game's going to be tomorrow, and then I'll be out of here. Okay, here we go. Here's a scoring summary for this game. In the top of the second, Caratini solo homered, 1-0 Astros. Again in the top of the second, Smith doubled to left, scoring Myers, who had singled, 2-0 Astros. Or, yeah, I think that's right. Again in the second, another single by McCormick, scoring Smith, 3-0 Astros. In the top of the fifth, Gordon finally started giving up a little bit with a lucky home run to right field. 2-run shot, 3-2 Astros. And then in the sixth, Gordon got into a little bit of a jam, gave up one more run, allowing the Rays to tie up the game 3-3. He was pulled out. King came in. King finished the inning, no problem. Struggled a little bit in the next inning, but was able to basically get through most of it. And then Brian Abreu came in after that to finish it out. And so 3-3 was the score going into the seventh. But in the top of the seventh, Myers homered to right field, giving the Astros the lead again. And that was the game winner. 4-3 is what the score would wind up at. Brian King gets the win today. And the loss goes to Rodriguez. Josh Hader gets the save. He's at 12 saves on the year. Now, real quick, let's take a look at the Astros schedule for tomorrow. They're going to be playing the Rays again in this series. Obviously, this is a 3-game series. Tomorrow's game is going to be at the same time as today's game. It's an 8:05 a.m. start for me, so I will be here with you guys. The game 3 is at 2:10 a.m. for me, so I am not yet committed about doing that or not. It depends on how comfortable I am and how I feel at my house. If I'm all good to go, then I will be here, but I will let you know and update that later. That's all there is for now. Double check the live chat. Jordan says Perez is definitely a baseball player. How good was Biggio to still be ahead of Altuve, yeah, absolutely. And, Alex Bregman, I feel that he was always great at making great catches in foul territory. He was like a vacuum over there. And so whenever Perez came in, I was just concerned about how is he going to perform versus what, excuse me, what I'm used to seeing out of Bregman. Bregman wasn't the best third baseman, but he was really, really good. And Perez has been nothing but solid. He made his first error of the season recently, and he still leads the majors. And with that catch, preserves the Astros win. Not an easy catch by any means, but the Astros do it. They come away with the W today. And in the standings, I don't know what the Mariners will do today, but I really believe that the Astros have a great chance to sweep this series and then really put it to the Mariners in the next series. It's very possible that the Astros could be in first place by the time they finish this series and then the one with the Mariners. I really believe it. I really, really do. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the extra subs, the likes, and the comments. Love to see you chatting with each other and with me in the chat. And when I come at you tomorrow, I'm hoping for it to be from my house in the countryside using my new Starlink connection. And maybe I will hook up my camera even and show you my background, show you what my house looks like on the inside, because it is quite old. But that's it for now. The only thing left to say is Geaux Stros, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again.